Good morning. This is Robin, and I'm delighted to be here. We're going to play a little this morning with Chi, with our vital energy. And so, welcome. When we arrive, we leave the past behind. We let go of thoughts about the future and bring our attention to this moment, this present moment. So, I'm going to get up out of my chair, move the chair aside, and just stand for a moment. How are you today? Let's check in with ourselves. How do we feel? How do you feel? What's happening internally, externally in your world? And see if you can just allow yourself to settle into this moment. So I'm going to adjust my screen once more. Good, there. So this is not a pro video. This is really for my new students. Welcome to Tai Chi, and want to support you in your learning. It's April 1st, spring, and we can begin to feel some energy rising. So let's gather some energy with our mind, with our breath, palms facing the sky. And when the palms get to about the heart, just allow them to rotate. And then we're going to press up. My palms are pressing up to the sky. And then open out and down. And so inhaling, notice that my knees stay soft. And I reach up, expand, exhale, and open. And here's a side view of how that looks. So the soft knees sink down a little, press into the earth. Inhale, float palms up the central channel. Reach up, stretch, then relax the shoulders, open out. Now, here's where I want you to pause and notice if you can see your hands in your peripheral vision without turning your head. If you can't, bring them in a little bit more in front of you. So coming back to face you, when you inhale, reach up. You can take a really good stretch here and feel the whole central part of your torso opening, making space, relax your belly. And maybe look to one side and look to the other side. Get a little twist in the waist while we are in this expanded position. And then arms float out. All right. So I can see my hands float down to my side. And one more time, inhaling. Right around here is where they start to rotate. And then I'm just going to bend these a little so you can see my palms are pressing up toward the sky. Good. We call this reaching up and reaching out. And now I'm going to shake out one arm. Notice I'm just kind of bouncing a little on my feet and lifting my shoulder and then just letting the arm release tension, and then the other arm. As I'm doing this, I'm taking some nice full breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, and then shake out one leg. This is something you can do to challenge your balance. You can stand on one leg, or you can use a chair or the wall as a support. And just kind of shake out the leg and then shake out the other leg. You can do that with your arms at your side. Shake out the ankle, rotate the ankles a little, rotate the wrists. Sometimes doing them both is a nice little challenge. And then the other ankle. Notice that when I have my toe on the ground, it's the hip that's rotating too. So if that's not comfortable, if anything's not comfortable, modify the movement or don't do it. Always stay in your comfort zone. I'll remind you that every time we meet because that's how we gain benefit from the practice. We don't get any benefit from going outside our comfort zone, which isn't to say we don't use effort. We do use effort, but we don't strain or stress our body. Good. So I'm going to introduce another warm-up that we didn't do in our first class. So feet a little wider apart. Notice when I did that, I had to shift my weight onto the standing leg to step out. So if I step out, I'm balancing on that leg. Then I place the foot down. And check to see that your feet are parallel. That means toes are pointing straight ahead. Weight is evenly balanced in the feet, front and back, side to side. So rock a little bit, find center. Good. And then we're just going to begin to shift weight side to side. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. And as I do this shifting of weight, my arms begin to swing. Now, as I'm swinging my arms, I'm going to start doing this very, very simply, right? So arms are swinging, my weight is shifting. If I stop here, my knees are still facing straight ahead, lined up with my toes. When I come to the other side, same thing. I really want my arms to be empty of tension. See if you can invite your arms to release any tension you might be holding in your shoulders, elbows, wrists, forearm, upper arm, and just let the arms hang as though you were a rag doll. We call this ringing the temple bell. Notice that my palm, my forearm is tapping front and back. If I turn around, you'll see as I shift weight, back arm taps the back side of my body. Good. All right. So swinging arms. Now we're going to let that go for a moment, and I'm going to show you swinging arms with a slightly wider stance. Sitting a little bit. Remember our Wuji squat. So that's straight spine, butt pushed back, knees over the feet, push down to come up. And with this wider stance, maybe shoulder distance, we're going to do the same movement. Now, you may notice that my torso starts to rotate. I'm rotating side to side as I shift weight. And if I put this chair right behind me just for a model, as I shift weight, it's almost like I'm sliding my butt along the seat of the chair. Notice that my lower body, my knees are not turning in. They're not turning in. Notice what happens here is that when the knee turns in, I'm no longer planted on my foot, and the knee can get torqued or twisted. So we want to be really careful with this exercise not to twist the knee, to keep this nice opening here in the inner thigh, inner leg. And if this doesn't feel comfortable to do any rotation, then don't do it. Again, it's just a little bit of rotation. I'm not trying to twist all the way to look out my window or look all the way over to my sofa. I'm just twisting and looking toward the corner and the other corner of the room. So ring the temple bell. Side view. Let's see what that looks like. So stepping out, beginning by shifting weight, and then letting the arms swing. Here's that sliding along the bench. Keeping my spine straight, so I don't want to tip forward. I might have been a little tip forward there. Don't want to do that. I want to stay centered on my feet. Long spine, feet are grounded. Breath is easy and relaxed. And this should feel good to get a nice activation in the waist, the middle of your torso as you're swinging arms. Very classic Tai Chi warm up for the body. So then we'll do a little of our bouncing. And I really try to get the bounce coming from my feet. And we can even do kind of a modified bounce where we inhale, lift up onto the balls of the feet, and just drop down with an exhale, little sigh of relief. So breathe in. Two more. And it should feel good. And if it doesn't, don't do it, really. Okay. Feet together, feet apart. How do I get my feet apart? I have to shift the weight. And I do that by sinking down. So I'm sinking down on the sofa side, the chair side, step out, and settle. So I'm going to go right into the first movement of Tai Chi easy. The first movement is called harmonizing yin and yang. Yin being the energy that comes from below, from the earth. Yin has gravity. Yin is the place where in winter life rests. And yang is the energy from above, the energy of the sun, the clouds, the sky. And as we practice, we merge those energies, we separate them, we bring them together. And it's all symbolized by that symbol that we know as yin and yang, that double fish kind of shape with the little dot in the middle of the opposite color, dark or light. And so we begin by, we'll just start with feet comfortably together and parallel and sink down a little, bring our palms up and draw palms together and form a ball. And we call this discover the chi. Now, sometimes it feels good to shift weight a little while we play with this chi ball. Just feel the energy between your palms. If you don't feel it, that's okay. What you can do, if you'd like, before you get started, is rub your palms together and take a nice inhale and an exhale. And again, beginning to create a little friction, a little warmth between our palms. And then pause and very slowly separate your palms until you feel that energetic ball between your palms. See if you can maintain that connection between your two palms as you play with this energy ball. So here my palms are parallel. I try to relax my shoulders and I'll shift weight a little. And we call this carrying the ball side to side. Notice that when I shift weight here, the ball comes with me. When I shift weight to the other side, oh, it's with me. I'm not moving my arms. I'm not moving my hands. Just shifting weight side to side. Good. And then come back to center. Now we're going to bring our palms down. Good. Just rest for a moment. Do you feel anything in your palms? Do you feel any sensation anywhere? Notice what you've not been thinking about for the last few minutes. Okay, we're going to now do the first part of harmonizing, which is shift weight, bring the arm over across the midline, circle out, and then rotate the palm and drop it down. Cross the midline, open out, pause here, look at your palm. Is it facing up toward the sky? Good. Now just sweep it over, face the earth, sweep across, and open. Beautiful. We'll do that 2 more times. Shift weight. And so the palm and the leg go in the same direction. We'll do that once more just so you can pay attention to that. So the weight shift is the same direction as the palm. Good. Now we'll let that palm go and we'll start in center and we'll go to the other side. So how did we do that? We raised our palm right, up the center line and then open out, shift weight, sweep down, cross the midline and open and sweep down. Cross the midline, open. Good, sweep down. Again, same thing, we're moving in the same direction, same side, arm and leg. And last time, look at your palm and sweep down. Notice when I draw my palm up and I shift weight, look at the level of my palm. Now check your palm. Is it up high? Is it down low? We want it to just be an extension of the arm, a little lower than the shoulder, elbow soft. So easy, easy, easy. One more time, open, okay. Try it on the other side, open. And again, open. And again, check the level of your palm. If you're way up here, it's like you're holding something up. It's going to be more of a strain. We want to, and by the way, the partial aspect here is a strike. It's a strike. If you did it fast, you'd be chopping someone under the chin in the neck. Okay, that's half of the movement. It's part of the movement. But it's sometimes just nice to find that circulating energy. So there's a lot of circles in Tai Chi. Now we're going to do another movement. I'm just playing here so that we can get some orientation to this sense of energetic shifting of weight and moving our body as one. We say when one part moves, all parts move. All right. Now we're going to bring the arm up and push. And notice now it's the opposite arm and leg. So it'll be your left arm and right leg. And now the opposite, we're going to push toward the window. I'm not pushing all the way toward the window. It's toward the corner on the window side. So down and up, 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 push. Fingers pointing to the sky if you can, press. But don't press and lock your elbow. Just go be right before that moment. So a little bit of force, push and push. When the arm floats down, let it relax. It's not working. And good. And push and push. And now we're going to return to the first movement. Let's see. Bring the arm up and send the palm out. Now we're going to go side to side. Arm up, send the palm out. Inhale and open. Inhale and open. The palm isn't completely facing the sky, like so. It's more angled. It's a little bit angled. So when we bring the palm up and we open it out, it's like we're offering a gift. We're offering a gift to somebody or making an offering. Good. And so being generous. Okay, get ready to change. Now we're going to come on to the window side arm pushes. Come on to the opposite leg. Sofa side arm pushes. You're now on the window side leg. Push. And when I push, I exhale. So I hope some of you will get to practice with me before our next class on Tuesday. Given that we have a really short 8-week session, any extra practice you can do will help you get more benefit from our in-person classes. And hopefully the more we practice together, the more questions you'll have, the more things you'll notice. And last time. See how that becomes almost like swimming when we repeat it and repeat and repeat. Good. Just relax now. Well, I use that swimming analogy because I'm a water person and I love the water. But I like to think sometimes that when we're playing Tai Chi, it's almost like we're swimming in the water. If that relaxes you and that metaphor is appealing, then please, I invite you to use it or come up with your own. Well, that was really fun and really nice. We're going to come back to the first movement again. So I haven't even named the second movement, but we're going to come back to Harmonize and we're going to step out. So step out with me. Good. And now we're going to rock into our heels and do a little flowing motion, this time with palms facing the earth. Notice that my palms don't even come to the level of my shoulder. They come up a little high, and then we rock down and rock forward. When I rock forward, I lift my heels just a little bit. If I want, expand, settle, lift the toes, but I'm not straightening my knees, not doing that. Keep the knees soft. And when I rock back, again, I'm not straightening my knees. That's going to throw my balance off. So we're just going to keep those knees soft and allow the rocking to come from our feet. This is a real discovery. How can we create the minimum of effort to move the body, to rock forward, inhale and exhale, grow tall, sink down and rock forward, expand, good, exhale and come down. Now we're going to shift weight and hold the ball. Remember that, hold the ball. Let's just come back to center. This time I'm holding the ball with one hand on top and one hand on the bottom. Little different position than this. So you can roll the ball over. And now let's just focus on the arms, the upper body, and we're going to take a breath and exhale and send the bottom palm out. Let the other palm just float down and relax. All right, you with me? Good. Now bring this bottom palm over to the window side, like it's holding the bottom of the ball again, and roll this palm on top to capture the top of the ball. And now we're going to go to the other side and separate the palms, just let the bottom one drop. And you can look toward the corner, look out. Remember that palm is below the level of your shoulder, or equal, but not higher, not really low, just kind of like a chest level opening out. So now bring that quiet hand over right in front of you, roll the other palm on top. And now we've got the roll again. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to add a little weight shift, open. Bottom palm, top palm, weight shift. Bottom palm, top palm covers the ball. One more time toward the window. Good, you're getting it. And toward the wall and sofa. And now we're going to hold the ball again. And this time let's just be quiet. Now, see if we can remember that move that we just discovered, where the arm, the opposite arm, lifts and pushes. So now we're going to just roll this ball over. Roll it so the opposite hand is on top. Take your bottom palm and lift. Just relax this palm. It's just going to sweep across your right, your left knee. And the elbow will lift and you're going to push toward the corner. Good. Now that palm relaxes. The bottom palm wakes up, holds the bottom of the ball. And then this palm relaxes. Elbow lifts. Rotate a little bit and push toward the corner. Just a little rotation in the rib cage. And then relax. And lift and push. Good. And relax. So wrist, when I say relax, it's the wrist from the push, which is a stretch, to relax. Just let it drop down. Notice that the ball is usually right in front of my lower dantian, right in front of my belly. Inhale and push. Check where the two arms are. This arm is out to the side. This palm is pushing toward the diagonal. And then the two palms come together and push, and we can shift weight. And we call this movement brush knee, send chi. How are we sending chi? Well, I'll do this one more time and then I'll talk about it a little. So come back to center and just relax for a moment. So the center of our palm is a very powerful point called the Lao Gong point. And it's an energy point. And we can imagine that from our palms, we're beaming out chi, we're beaming out energy. And of course, when you do a push, you are sending your energy out, right? And you push. And I'm just taking a step forward to demonstrate that. But there is energy in our body. And when we exhale, we expel energy. When we inhale, we draw energy in. Good. So harmonize yin and yang, brush knee, send chi. The first two movements of Tai Chi easy. And we'll be going through brush knee, send chi next week on Tuesday in class. I hope you'll be there. Let's just take a moment to do a little self-massage and cool down. And I look forward to seeing you in class. Rubbing palms together once again. This is a lovely way to generate some warmth in our extremities, and using our breath, we're going to circulate chi and trace the channels. So we'll start right here at the level of our heart. Good. And then either moving the palms up against the skin or hovering a little bit just beyond the body. Come to the shoulders. Now reach behind you as high as it's comfortable and trace down the backside, all the way down the legs. If you can't reach to your heels and feet, just trace around. And now we'll come up the inner feet, inner legs, up through the groin area, belly, back up to the heart. This time we're going to extend one arm and trace under the armpit. That's the area of the lymph glands. Trace under and around the fingers, across the chest, and to the other side. All the time allowing our mind to rest and our breath to be full. Good. One more time. Tracing around the small universe of ourselves. And if you are feeling well, you can say some inner affirmations to yourself. I am healthy. I am happy. My body feels whole and vital. And if you have any health issues or any emotional sticky points and you want to send more resource to those areas of yourself, please do. We'll do this one more time. It should feel very nourishing. This is our self-care practice, we call it. It's part of our self-massage, and we'll go into more detail again in class about the various practices that are part of our self-massage practice. Again, under the arm, good, across the chest, shoulders, coming back to center, to the heart, sliding the palms down to the lower belly. And we'll just stand for a moment to bring our practice to a conclusion. Palms can be on your lower dantian or at your side or at the heart, your choice. And taking one more breath, inhaling and exhaling out. Allow your arms to rest at your side. Just take a step out into Wuji. And I'll bring my palms together and thank you for practicing with me. And I'll see you next time. And be well. May all beings be well. Thank you for joining me.